Hey guys, so Kirsty here. Because I haven't posted in so long, I'm going to do a couple of videos explaining what has happened. So this is the first one out of everything, and I'm going to be talking about up until I went into hospital, mainly refeeding and what's happened with my treatment team and just generally what's happening there. Then the next one I'll talk about hospital, the most recent time I was inpatient, and then the next I will talk about what I'm doing at the moment. So there's going to be some videos coming out. It's like I posted like 5 at once and then like none for like 2 months, and then now you're going to get like 5 at once as well. So sorry. So since my last video update, a few things happened, and one of the things was we decided that I was going to make some drastic changes in my treatment team. It's a really long story what happened and all the rest of it, but I go through the private system usually, which is basically where you have to pay and you have health insurance. In Australia, we've got the private system and the public system, and usually in mental health it's a lot better to go through the private system. The public system is underfunded, overrun, not great, especially for eating disorders and BPD, but in the public system you can get a lot more community treatment and it's free. So that's a big one, that is free. And also I need intensive community treatment, which you just can't access in the private sector. It doesn't exist. So my doctor decided that he wanted to, and so we talked about changing my treatment to being half public, half private. So I met with the psychiatrist, the public psychiatrist, who was absolutely lovely, and we decided what was going to be our plan for the next few months from when I saw her to when I went away. And at that point in time, I was just done with everything and everyone and therapy and appointments, and I was just like, I've had enough. I'm sick of this. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm sick of seeing professionals and nothing ever getting better. And I was just like, not going to happen. So I was like, well, I don't want to go over east. So then she was like, okay, let's get you a treatment team. Let's work on getting you a treatment team and stabilizing you before you go away. Sorry, I'm still jet lagged. Because I'm away now. In America. Anyway, point is, so we started to put together this treatment team. So I now have a public psychiatrist and a private psychiatrist. I've also got a GP who knows a lot about eating disorders. I have a dietitian. I have a psychotherapist, and I'm hopefully going to be getting a psychologist when I get back. Not too sure about that. So yeah, quite a big treatment team. I've also got a it's kind of like the mental health emergency room. I can go straight to there. Outpatient nurses, like community nurses that can come to your house, crisis teams, all the rest of it. So yeah, we decided, well, okay, let's give it a go, changing the treatment team. It also came down to the point where basically my only option was either gain weight at home or keep losing and going into hospital. And so I was like, maybe I should just go into hospital. Like, it's going to be a lot easier with all the support and everything. But I wasn't seeing my private psychiatrist for ages, and in the public system, it's like you literally have to be like beyond dying to get there. And long story, I wasn't admitted for that. But it came to the point as well where it was either I gain X amount of kilos, because if I didn't, I'd become medically unstable overseas. That was like guaranteed. So, because I would lose weight overseas. So basically, I didn't have a choice. And I was like, how am I going to do this? I cannot cope at all. And I just went, okay, like, let's do it. And I cried a lot and screamed. I'm still not there, but I managed to put on, it was about 60% of the weight that I had to put on. And I did it at home. And I'm pretty proud of myself for that. I spent 3 months out of psych hospital, which is a record for me. And I have not made that big of an achievement for a long time, so yeah, go me. I managed to do that. My self-harm did get pretty bad. I did end up in hospital at one point for an infection. I got like 5 infections in the space of a month. It was just ridiculous. And I had to go to emergency and get IV antibiotics and all the rest of it, but I don't count that. It wasn't a psych admission. Sorry. Yeah, it was pretty intense. But I did it, and that's the big thing. And yeah, so Flick has pretty much been living with me. It's just been really good. Flick, and obviously my friends have been and my husband, like they've been like my main support, like outside of my treatment team. And I honestly could not have done it without them. Flick, I locked myself in the bathroom at one point because I refused to drink a resource. So Flick opened it up and forced her way through the door. Didn't give me a choice, told me I would drink the resource, and I drank it, and I cried, and she sat there with me. And yeah. My friends have gotten me through the past 3 months, so that is saying something. I also have a friend named Miranda, and a few weeks ago now, Miranda passed away from suicide. I'd met her on Tumblr, and she lived in Adelaide. I live in Perth, so it's like a 3-hour plane ride, and she was pretty amazing. And started off, she asked me on and on for advice, and came off and on. It was in May, and we talked and we talked and we didn't stop talking. And then in July she came over to visit, and I was in hospital at the time, but she came and visited me in hospital, and it was lovely to know her. And then we just got closer and closer, and she started talking to Flick as well. And then in October she was coming to visit, which was awesome. November. Anyway, she was coming to visit Flick and I in Perth, and she came here and we had a lot of fun. And did her hair in chalk pastels, and we got rainbow hair for her and hung out, and yeah, really we were just friends. And a while ago, a few weeks back, she overdosed, and her mum messaged me a week later to say that Miranda had died. Yeah. So I'm sorry. I'm still dealing with that. I miss her a lot. She was gonna move here, and we hadn't even known each other for a year, but she meant the world to me, and was one of my closest friends, and she was incredible. And I think a lot of people missed out on that part of her because she was sick. They didn't see beyond that, and it's sad because if they had, they would have seen into this girl who was smart and funny and just had so many layers to her, and it was just amazing, and wish she could have seen it. So yeah, that's another thing I've been dealing with. But I know that she wanted me to have fun on my trip, and I know that she wouldn't have wanted me to get upset and fall in the deep dark hole because of it. So I miss her a lot, and I'm still in that kind of shock denial phase. I don't even want to think about it. But when I do, I don't want to think about it, and when I do think about it, it's just so painful. Like, I can feel it in my chest, like it hurts that much, but I've got to keep going for her. So yeah, sorry I have to spend the past 5 minutes pretty much crying on camera to you. Yeah, so that's what's been happening with me. Spent a lot of time with Flick. Was outpatient for 3 months. Had fun. Was a lot like a normal person. Stayed at home. Watched lots of Supernatural and Doctor Who. Changed my treatment team and put on weight at home. And then, yeah. Oh, it was also my sister's wedding in November. That was pretty stressful. But yeah, I don't really have more to say about that. It was stressful. But I got through it. So, and I don't have my old psychologist anymore, but I really get on with my new psychotherapist. She's awesome, so that's really good. And yeah, I don't talk for like 2 months, and then all of a sudden I talk for 15 minutes, and I haven't even finished what I'm going to say. Sorry. I'm going to shut up now so I can record the other video. Thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, kudos to you. Bye guys.